So I'm sitting here with this Glock 45. It's a great gun for concealed carry, but it's worthless if you don't have the right concealed carry holster. Now there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all holster that'll work for everyone, but over the years we've made a lot of mistakes and we've got a lot of customer feedback, which has given us a pretty good idea of what makes a great holster for both appendix carry and behind the hip carry. A comfortable Glock 45 holster is going to be well rounded so it sits comfortably against the body. Most Glock 45 holsters aren't well rounded and have lots of hard edges and sharp points that can be really uncomfortable to carry. This one time I was driving 3 hours down I-40 to see my grandma, and I was testing out this prototype holster. This is before I'd learned about rounding and how effective it can be at making a holster comfortable. So anybody that's familiar with the area between Burlington and Greensboro knows that the traffic is often very fast moving but very packed. And I was carrying this holster when all of a sudden the pain just became unbearable. And I had to fix that problem or it was gonna be unsafe in the traffic I was in. So I had to get off the Elon exit, take the holster off in a parking lot, and it wasn't a fun experience. Like everyone, I've had holsters that are so uncomfortable you can't bend down to tie your shoes or grab something without extreme pain or discomfort. That's why we've rounded all the edges on the Infiltrator to make this Glock 45 holster comfortable to carry all day long. Clint Smith said carrying a gun should not be comfortable, it should be comforting. And while that's true, it doesn't mean your Glock 45 holster has to be uncomfortable. When I was new to concealed carry, the second holster I ever bought had the ability to choose your ride height and your cant. The problem was I didn't know what was going to be the right ride height or cant for me at that time. What works for one person doesn't work for another. That's why the Infiltrator has slots that allow for 3/4 of an inch of adjustable ride height and 30 degrees of cant in either direction. This cant is especially helpful when you're concealing the gun behind the hip. Keeps it nice and close to the body. We ship the Infiltrator without the clip mounted so that you can adjust the holster to fit you from the get-go. If you're looking for a holster you can take out of the box and not have to put any work or make any adjustments, then this isn't the holster for you. A couple of Glock 45 holsters on the market these days do have limited adjustment. Unfortunately, they use round hardware which easily becomes stuck and can be a pain to fix. It can oftentimes take hours if you can get it fixed at all. We used to get a lot of customer complaints about this, so we decided to take these customers' experience and start using square nuts that index inside channels inside the holster so the hardware doesn't rotate when you're making adjustments. It makes adjustment a very easy process. When I first started carrying, I was constantly worried that everybody knew I had a gun on me. This is especially an issue with a gun the size of the Glock 45. After doing some research, I found out about holster wings. A wing is a device that uses pressure from the belt to rotate the grip of the gun in close to the body, keeping it concealed. It's most common for appendix carry. At first, like everybody else, we started using generic bolt-on wings. And while these work for concealment, you guys started giving us some feedback, and we found out that the comfort wasn't the best, as well as they had an issue with snagging. We listened and designed a snag-free built-in wing that also was a lot more comfortable because it made the holster much more narrow, which was a major plus when you're carrying the gun at the appendix position. A couple of years back, we had a detective doing undercover work reach out to us because he needed a holster that would work when he wasn't wearing a belt. Unfortunately, the holster he was using at the time from a big manufacturer was coming out with the gun when he drew. Discreet Carry Concepts makes a clip that's so secure you can use it with and without a belt, and it's the best on the market, so that's what we use on the Infiltrator holster. The Infiltrator is an easy to use, concealable, secure, and comfortable Glock 45 holster. You can purchase in the link below so you can take charge and carry with confidence.